Welcome back to the O Show, everything crypto and NFTs every day. I'm Wendy O, and it is Saturday morning. What a time we had last night. Anyways, two very exciting court-related things, legal things that happened in the United States of America. And I think I missed covering them on my show earlier this week, so we have to talk about it. And yes, it does directly relate to XRP. And I get a lot of people that get upset with me all the time. They're like, Wendy, why do you keep talking about XRP? I'm simply talking about XRP and Ripple because Ripple was one of the only companies that was able to effectively fight back against the SEC and their predatory practices. As most of you know, the SEC likes to go after crypto companies in the United States of America. Primarily, good morning, KS, primarily because this current administration does not like crypto. And that's fine. It is what it is. Each party has their own issue. I'm not here to talk about politics. And what the SEC has done is they've basically gone after a lot of these different crypto companies, crypto exchanges, and crypto asset companies and said, you're an unregistered security. But they haven't been able to provide any clear guidelines. The clearest guidelines that we have ever received were from the Ripple case, SEC versus Ripple, because in that case, Judge Torres indicated that XRP was not a security on the secondary market. Therefore, it is going to impact the entire crypto industry as a whole. Binance and LBRY primarily for this video. Also too, good morning to the 75 amazing of you. We have 22 likes, so let's hopefully get those likes up. Let's get at least 69. We have 91 now, so let's get at least 89. All right, but let's talk about these two particular cases and why it's important. Binance and LBRY. We're gonna first talk about, let's see. And yes, I've got my phone over here because got all the notes here. So we're first gonna talk about the LBRY case, okay? LBRY is an underdog. A lot of people don't know what LBRY is, so I'm gonna go ahead and, goodbye, Mario. I'm going to go ahead and cover what LBRY is. So LBRY, if you don't know what it is, it's this decentralized streaming platform that I believe that they did have an ICO. I believe that they did. Correct me if I'm wrong, okay? So basically what happened was back in like 2016, 2017, they had the sale. I remember I didn't participate in the sale, but I did end up buying LBRY later, and I ended up leaving on Cryptopia, completely gone. That's neither here nor there. Also, friendly reminder, don't leave your crypto assets on crypto exchanges, not your keys, not your coins, okay? So they're this really cool decentralized streaming platform. And basically the SEC went after them a couple years back and said LBRY is a security. And they're just like, what in the actual heck? Like, and the issue with LBRY is that they were just a little bit early to the party. And good morning, John. They're just a little bit early to the party. And again, good morning, Adrian. They're just a little bit early to the party, and that's what the problem was. And again, it's not necessarily their fault. The reason why is because there's been no guidelines from the SEC what we can and can't do in the crypto asset industry in the United States of America, places like Hong Kong and Singapore, all of that stuff. There are clear guidelines there. 125 of you, only 46 likes. Make sure to smash a like. So SEC absolutely buried LBRY because they're a very small company. They didn't have a lot of the resources that Ripple had. So they ended up having to, they pretty much ended up going bankrupt. They ended up having to pay a fine, but because of the SEC versus Ripple ruling, they're trying to fight back. So this is from Bill Morgan. He says, I really hope LBRY wins the appeal. It has been unjust what happened to the company. And he's quote posting James K. Feeling, who's actively been covering the XRP case, okay? All right, so LBRY appealed. The First Circuit Court of Appeals in Boston has directed LBRY to file its brief by November 1st of 2023. So basically, LBRY is going to go ahead and they're going to appeal the SEC's decision that their native token LBRY is a security, because essentially on the secondary market, crypto assets are not securities, okay? One of the prongs, one of the parts of Howey that makes a crypto asset a security is is going to be an investment contract. And that's basically if, let's say I got this phone and I say, hey, if you buy, I'm going to sell you this phone for $50. And if you buy this phone for $50, you can turn around and sell it for $100. That would be an investment contract. And that's something we don't do, okay? Most of these companies don't do that. So that's why a lot of these crypto assets do not meet that part of being a security, is because they're not promising you, the crypto exchanges are not promising you a return. And I don't know what LBRY's sale looked like. And again, can't remember if they had a sale or not. So it really kind of depends how that was structured and set up, and then who they service. Because if they service accredited investors, completely different ballgame. But anyways, so LBRY filed a notice of appeal against the SEC, and this was going to be done on 9/7/2023. And again, the reason why they're doing it is going to be because of the Ripple ruling. Okay. Next, another important, very, very, very important case here. And again, this directly goes back to the Ripple versus SEC. Okay, and this is going to be from Bill Morgan. He's another attorney, buddy of mine on Twitter. So he says, is this why the SEC had to seek an interlocutory appeal of Tor's decision? It could see that it would be used by Binance and other defendants in the SEC versus Binance and other matters because of exchanges and sellers use blind bid sales. So we're going to talk about kind of blind bid sales and exactly what's happening. So as you know, the SEC not only went after Binance, but also Binance US. We talked about it. I'm covering it all. Also 148 of you, 69 likes. Let's get to 169, okay? Because I know more of you are going to come in. So exact referring to the Ripple case, the BAM defendants seek to rely on finding Judge Torres in respect of blind bid type transactions on secondary exchanges. What if this court on motion accept or does not criticize Judge Torres' decision on programmatic sales? So basically what they're saying here is that Binance is now asking the SEC, you know what, asking the courts, let's go ahead and get this dismissed. The reason why we want to get it dismissed is because of the Ripple decision, because we believe that we're not selling securities, because we're essentially selling crypto assets on the secondary market. We're not promising investment contract, we're not promising gains. So this is what it says here. I apologize. The foregoing cases, which involve materially different facts, simply do not support the SEC's unprecedented theory of an investment contract in this case. In fact, they support BAM's position. To date, the only court to address transaction analogs to those that allegedly occurred on BAM's platform found that such transactions were not investment contracts. In SEC versus Ripple Labs 2023, the court held that company sale of digital asset that, like the sale alleged here, were blind bid ass transactions, did not constitute the offer of a sale and investment contract. The Ripple court reached the conclusion because, as with transactions of BAM's platform in this case, the undisputed facts showed no relevant relationship between the parties to the sale that could transform the sale of a digital asset into an investment contract. If you buy X for Y, we're going to go ahead and if you buy X, you're going to make Y. That's what an investment contract is. Again, I'm selling you this phone for $50 and I'm promising you, guys, if you buy this phone for $50, you can turn around and sell it on the eBay for $100, whatever it is, don't even care. Okay, that's what an investment contract is. Let's stick that in our mind because crypto exchanges don't do that and most crypto companies don't do that. Yes, a couple bad apples. Shout out to Falco. I know, how dare I talk about relevant topics that matter for the entire crypto industry when the SEC is absolutely trying to destroy us and your livelihood because we're poor. Anyways, concluding the absence of any promises or offers in context of blind bid ask transactions on secondary exchanges precluded finding of an investment contract. So this is now being used. The Ripple, this is why I told you guys, and I've been screaming it for years. I told you that case law matters. And that's why the XRP case is so big, is because they're going to use this ruling from Judge Torres to prove in court and other crypto cases, hey, we never promised that we didn't include an investment contract. So what's going to end up happening with a lot of these other crypto companies, they're going to eventually start changing their verbiage and how they do sales because they're going to make sure that everything is good, kosher, copacetic. However, the SEC does want to challenge Ripple. They want to challenge Judge Torres' decision because they know they're absolutely effed. They're effed because nobody wanted to do their job and they just wanted to blindly call different crypto asset securities without doing their job. So the moral of the story with this stream, yes, it's a lot of information, but this is really, really big for the entire industry. So we need to keep our fingers crossed that when the SEC goes back to Ripple for the case, that they don't win that appeal, that the ruling by Judge Torres is law and it's going to end up staying there. Even if they do have to go back and they fight with it, it's going to take a while to do, and hopefully we'll have a brand new administration, we'll have brand new people over at the SEC, okay? So this is not bad news, this is actually good news, this is promising, this is what we want to see, this is what we want to hear. So again, this is going to be probably a win for Binance US, LBRY, fingers crossed, because they're really the underdogs here, and for everybody else in the crypto asset industry in the United States of America. 192 of you, we need 169 likes, stop being lazy, stop grifting, smash the like. So moral of the story, we support Ripple because they help set precedent in the industry. We want to support other people in the crypto asset industry. There's going to be good actors, there's going to be bad actors, but we do need to support good actors, okay? And again, in every single industry, there's good and bad as well. Look at healthcare, look at food, etc. Anyways, I'm going to go to Chick-fil-A because I'm super, super hungry and I'm starting to get a little bit sweaty over here because I'm wearing this little flannel thingy. But anyways, sending y'all love and light. I'll probably catch you guys tomorrow. Sometime I'll be streaming. But anyways, thank you for watching and shout out to Binance US, LBRY, and Ripple. So yay. Bye-bye.